All right, hey nerds, let's jump into an Edge of Eternities draft. I did not enjoy that last one. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes you need to admit that you are off your game. Sometimes you need to be able to say, hey, I'm really not feeling it right now. And that was kind of yesterday for me. I'll be real. I sat down to play and I was kind of like, ugh, I'm not really feeling magic right now. I was reading yesterday morning and I was very much into my story, but I knew that I needed to get a video out, and I'll be honest, I made it happen. Not exactly the best video ever, not exactly the greatest addition to the channel, but hey, it's a game, and I got it uploaded, I got it there. I've kept up the streak. We're more than 2 weeks in, over halfway done, and we'll see if this draft actually fires here. I'm feeling a little bit better today. It is bright and early this morning. I'm sitting here with my coffee, excited to jump into a draft. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit more on the level of like, let's check this out. Although I don't like how long that took to start. So we'll see how this actually turns out. This pack. Requiem Monolith. I have really enjoyed this card. 3 mana for an artifact that tap until end of turn. Target creature gains whenever this creature is dealt damage. You draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Activate only as a sorcery. So basically what that means is you can ping one of your creatures for 1 to draw a card, or if you're going to go into combat, ping your creature and you can hit and draw a whole bunch. Very good card. It's not good unless it's kind of on a dead board. You'd rather be stalling out. If you don't have a creature, it doesn't really do much for you. You can ping your opponent's creatures and then swing in. If they block, you draw a whole bunch. So there's one avenue of going, but starting with the Requiem Monolith, the Mechan Assembler, 5 mana for the 4/4. Whenever another artifact you control enters, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. So you're basically creating robots every turn. I like the idea. There are some good red cards in here. There's one singular green card. There are also some good black cards, but not nearly as defining as the Mechan Assembler. So I'm going to take the Mechan Assembler and we're going to see if we can end up in this blue-black, maybe artifact-y control deck. I think I've drafted the blue-black deck before, and I think I really enjoyed it. So we'll see where we end up. I mean, I'm not going to say that's where we are, but who knows. The Hilderblade, I've had this be really good against me. Equipped creature gets +3/+1 for 1 black, and Void equipped creature. It's an artifact, it's 1 mana, triggers the Mechan Assembler. I do think that is worth picking up. Keep an eye on the Beam Saw, would definitely love to pick up the Beam Saw. The Uthros Styonisis is also something I'd be interested in, but Hilderblade, I've had it be good, I've not played it myself, so let's try it out. Here, I am seeing a couple of good green cards, which has me interested in maybe picking up the Eumidian Terrabotanist or the Sammy's Curiosity. I will say the Hull Carver, 1 mana for a 1/1 Death Touch, very good. Ilvoy Operative, 2 mana for a 2/1. When you cast your second spell this turn, put a 1/1 counter, but it's blue, which keeps us in this kind of theme. But honestly, the Eumidian Terrabotanist is probably just the best card. Plasma Bolt would be the next runner-up. These are distant. So let's take the Eumidian Hulk Terrabotanist and we'll see where we end up. Here, I am seeing some of the blue-black artifact-y cards. The Mechan Shieldmate, 2 mana for a 3/2 defender that can attack as long as you play an artifact that turn is very good. Or, well, I shouldn't say it's very good. I've not played with it, but it looks very good. And I kind of like what it does to our deck here. So let's try it out. I've mentioned wanting to try the blue-black deck. A lot of red in here. A Thawbringer as well, but there is a Cloud Sculpt Technician, which is what we're going to take. Here, there is another Eumidian Terrabotanist. That's kind of crazy. There's also diplomatic relations. I haven't seen really any other good green card, so I think I'm going to take the Nanoform Sentinel. 3 mana for a 3/2. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, untap another target permanent. This ability triggers only once each turn. I've seen it do some crazy things with crew, which is one of the reasons that I would like to take it, mainly because I probably will take one of those 2 mana 2/2 station for flying. I want to say it's something surveiler. We'll see, we'll see. Decode transmission and mental modulation. I would probably like to pick up both of those, but let's take the decode transmission. I think the decode transmission is just a better card. Here we're gonna take the Oreplate Penguin almost as like a backup. I think it's the best card in the pack by far. We're kind of already in artifacts. Bombard coming around. 2 mana, when this artifact enters, attach it to target creature you control, it gains hexproof. That would be interesting, but Bombard is just such a strong card. And a Slag Drill Scrapper. These 3 black cards are alright, but I'll notice that I did not see very much black. I do have these 3 really good red cards, which let's put these in. Caveron Skywarden. 5 mana for a 4/5 reach, void, put a 1/1 counter. Here I am very interested in the Specimen Freighter. I think that's the best card in the pack. Cryogen Relic would be the next best pickup for me, I think. But Specimen Freighter is just perfect. Exactly what we want in this deck, so we're going to grab it up. We are going to follow that up with... Honestly, I kind of want to take the Cryo Shatter here. I think we're safely out of green. I like our red quite a bit, but our black is more powerful. Our blue is the only solid thing. And honestly, Tractor Beam, enchant creature or spacecraft. When this aura enters, tap enchanted permanent. You control enchanted permanent. It gives us the ability to steal the thing. Cryo Shatter gets rid of it, that's for sure. Let's take the Cryo Shatter. I don't know if Cryo Shatter is better, but it is what I'm going to take here. Here, Adagio Windswept Bastion. I would love to play with these cards eventually. The fact that I haven't been able to is kind of sad. Let's go ahead and drop the black for a second and look at this artifact deck we've got going on. I'm not seeing much blue, but remember I did see quite a bit of red. Another Bombard. There is a Divert Disaster, which would be interesting. Hymn of the Faller if I were still in black. But I do think I'm going to be in this blue-red deck. I will take another Bombard and keep an eye out for some Oreplate Pangolins, some more Mech and Shield mates. I'm not really sure. Yeah. I've not had very much luck drafting the blue-red deck. And I'll admit, drafting it here is maybe a little risky. Chrome Companion is definitely something that I would be interested in playing, but I think the mental modulation 8/4, yeah. I like the tap to draw a card. I think blue-red really has to deal with the tempo of getting in. The Eternity Elevator is interesting, but Zookeeper Mechan is phenomenal. There is another mental modulation, but a frontline War Rager would also be pretty good, I feel like. Just something that can grow. System Override. Gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap that permanent and gains haste until end of turn. I think that's a little bit what we would be looking for in this deck. So let's grab it. Usually threaten effects like this are not very good in draft. I'm gonna be real. I wouldn't normally play a card like this, but I've not had much success in blue-red drafting, so that tells me that I need to change something up and try something different. Sinister Cryologist. Honestly, being able to warp this in for 1 and give something -3 so that we can get in and attack, maybe that's where I'm wrong in how this should be played. I should be playing a much more tempo get in there style. I will take the Pinnacle Kill Ship, although mental modulation, Pinnacle Kill Ship is just better though. The Thaumaton Torpedo. 6 mana tap, sacrifice this artifact, destroy target non-land permanent. It costs 3 less if you've attacked with a spacecraft. I do have 2 spacecraft. That's not much though. Hymn of the Faller coming around kind of crazy. I want to pick up a couple more ore plate penguins. Oh, just tossed in a ghost. Here, honestly, there's not very much for us. Best cards in the pack are probably the Servandum and the Depressurize and the Cryo Shatter, maybe Pinnacle Kill Ship. This is a very weak pack. This is one of the weaker packs I've seen, honestly. But I'm going to take the Cryo Shatter and be happy about it. This is a much stronger pack. I will say much stronger, not for us. The Ilvoy Operative, I think, is what we want to get in here. Those 2-drops, like I said, are very important. Manon, Uthros Exile, kind of exactly what we're looking for in this deck. Would love to pick up another Mechan Assembler, Specimen Freighter. Those are kind of my only 2 real payoffs. Another Manon would be great. Outside of that, like I said, ore plate pangolins out the wazoo. I need at least 2. You know what to do. Does anyone ever like make up random songs? Ooh. There is another ore plate pangolin, but I don't know if that's better than the Gigastorm Titan. Being able to play this on turn 3 with another 2-drop, mind you, I don't have very many 2-drops, so a little bit risky there, which makes me think I'm going to take the ore plate pangolin. When you get rewarded with exactly what you want and then a tangential pretty good secondary card, you take what you want. I did say I wanted the ore plate. I mean, just look at that guy. Look at that art. He's a pangolin covered in plates. Like, that's sick as hell. This guy looks like a DJ. But does anyone go around making up like songs or rhymes? I don't know if that's a product of me being in my 30s now, and all of a sudden I'm considering myself a lyrical genius. But I will make up random songs all of the time and sing them at my cats. I'm curious if that's just a product of me getting older. Self-craft Mechan is pretty much exactly what I want. Not exactly what I want, but pretty much exactly what I want. Honestly, this is one of the most unmagic-like cards I think I've seen. It looks kind of crazy. Here, I think I'm going to take the Cav Landseeker. And with the Cav Landseeker pickup, I'm going to drop something. Probably the Systems Override. We got some good ways to get damage through. I take another Cavron. Honestly, I should almost take the Corral and just, you know, hate draft it. I don't know if that's a thing that people normally do. The Galvanizing Saw Ship, that's going in. The fact that Servandum came around. Actually, let's take the Reghost. Remnant Elemental might be alright, but without any landers or anything like that, it's not. Chrome Companion's alright. Considering I put another ship in there, I will play that. I am looking at 17 and 18. I think we're dropping the Red Tiger Mechan. I think we're dropping the Sinister Cryologist. I think this is what we're going with here. And the thing is, do we want to get the 5 mana 4/5 in here? I almost think that I do. Get one of these Cavern Sky Wardens in here. But I'm not sure what I would take out. Honestly, I don't have a ton of artifacts for things like the Selfcraft Mechan. So that has me a little on edge. But not in a bad way. We should be alright with this. Honestly, we should be alright with this. We got a high end of space stations. We should be in a good spot. Immediate Q though. Against WNB. 3-letter name. Is the 3-letter name difficult to get? I think I've asked this question before and I've not gotten a response, so I'm going to keep asking it. But I remember playing games like RuneScape and other online games where if you had a 3 or 4-letter name, it was considered really rare because it was, difficult to get them. I'm curious if that's like a thing still or not, We're going to play Chrome Companion and we're going to hope that his Warplate Pangolin doesn't get to go off. We've drawn 2 land, which is a little bit scary. Naturally 3-color. That's what we like to see. I will take 3, which means I will attack for 1. Or attack for 2. And if he sacrifices the Slag Jaw, I'll take it. But if not, I will just play the Cog Sculpt. And I will hope I will draw something other than land. That's really cool art. Sammy, if at the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, created tapped. Oh, jeez. I can't believe I didn't block there. Oops, that's my bad. And then no attacks so that I can double block that if he does attack. And feel bad about the fact that I let him get in for 3. I was reading the card. I was distracted by... No, I was distracted by lands, I think. Which is a normal thing for me to do. Like, I'll be real. He's gonna... I don't know what he's going to do here. I am going to play the Mechan Assembler. Okay. Yeah, Just holding up. Is Unravel if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell was less than its mana value, you draw a card. Is that a good card to play? I've never been one for counterspells in draft, I'll be honest. I don't know if that's like a personal failing of mine. But I've just never been... Like, reactive in draft is not necessarily where you want to be. View the battlefield. I'm at 6 mana. I'm going to be able to play the Cav Landseeker. And then pop the token. And then the next turn... Basically, is this better than a random card? And I think probably not, so that's fine. It might be, because we have some of our powerful cards, but we do kind of want to dig to other cards. We are going to double block your Sammys here. And here we go. Is he going to get in for 4 or 5? Yeah, that's fine. I need to start getting in for damage. And notice I did draw a land instead of drawing a useful card. I wasn't going to mention it just for, you know, no reason. But, yeah, that's a thing that happened. Yeah, I think that's probably going to hit my Cav Landseeker, which is more than fine, because we're going to Pinnacle Kill Ship, get the Cav Landseeker back. I'm gonna hit that, get this back, and then I'm going to get in for 5 because that makes the ship lethal next turn. If he doesn't have a blocker for it, then we're in a good spot. I don't think there's a reason for me to play the land. I don't think there's a reason for me to hold the land necessarily, but we're going to do both. I wonder if him being stuck on land has really been difficult. I don't know. I think there are cards that win him the game here. Like there's that 3 mana give your attacking creatures +2/+0 spell in white. Oh, he is sacrificing one of his untapped lands. Okay. That's a game. Ooh. That might not be a game. I'm gonna play an island. I'm gonna play a shield mate. I am going to crew for 2. And then next turn, I should be good. I'm gonna sacrifice this now, though. And go get an island. I'm gonna next. I'm gonna no attacks. And I'm gonna end my turn. I'm worried about him having some more damage. The Cryo Shatter on Cav Landseeker prevents me from getting this up and running. The only having Mech and Shieldmate, if I had drawn enough to get that going, yeah, see, that was my worry. So now he's got 4 or 5. I can block. And seeing that now here I have 4. And that's just unlucky. Yeah, I think I hold out. I think I hold out just in case. I've gotten some really unlucky draws. I'm at 10 lands here. 7 lands. It's on a third chance. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I would double block if you just played the 1. He's at 5 mana with 5 cards. Block, sack, draw. What have you got? He's got something to deal with the Pinnacle kill ship, which is why he's holding off. Like, he's saving this to, like, bounce if I do anything with this. So getting in for damage, him not drawing there, it has me on edge. If he's... Is there a flash creature? Or is he actually just sacrificing the lander token? Just sacrificing the lander token. I have outs. I mean, he also has outs. It's worth noting. We're not in a advantageous position by any means. Now, mind you, that's a good one on his part. That is not a good one on my part. No attacks. That might be the game. Him being able to play a 4/5 lifelinker that I have to block. Oh, that's gonna be. I'm gonna be so upset. 11 land. Pinnacle Starcage doesn't do anything though. Lightstall Inquisitor. Yep, you get that. I can activate. I need to be able to block his 4/5 just in case. And if he has any removal for the Pinnacle kill ship, that does not hit the Pinnacle kill ship. So that's at least good. And if he doesn't attack, I win. What an interesting... What in the world? If I get to attack with this 11/7, and that's a good game. Ah, see, I told you, I already feel better about today. Little did I know that Zookeeper Mechan was actually the draw we needed there. That was amazing. The universe answered right there. The ability to pump itself so that I'm able to use all of that mana to crew or station the card. And then the next turn, pump it for lethal. Bounce not hitting stations. Hmm. How are you feeling today, Lloyd? I think I'm keeping this one. I think I'm feeling pretty good about it. We got a Stirring Wildwood. Green-white. I've not played much of the green-white decks. Do I hold on to the Oreplate Pangolin? I don't think that I do. Playing off curve against the green-white deck is what's going to lead to me dying. I've got some late game insurance. Manon is going to help us regardless of what's going on. He's got some removal already. Like, I'm sure he's got something in there. Just go ahead and just do this. And then we're gonna get some damage in. Ooh, okay. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So let's go ahead and play a mountain. Let's go next. And then see if he wants to double block. And then we're going to play the Cloud Sculpt Technician. He's going to pop his lander. Fair. He is stalled on lands. Sweet Forest, Sweet Plains. That Plains is honestly super sick looking. Sergei Glushikov. Okay, Erica's Pearl, like that. That's not someone's actual name, right? It's sweet art. Adam Paquette. I think he did all of these. All of the different Edge of Eternities full art lands. I'll be real, I'm not 100% on that one. I'm gonna hit Hemo Symbic Might. I will block it. I need to be able to double block this thing if it attacks. I'm kind of like threatening. I know I don't have anything, but we like a good threaten. Gonna kill the front line War Rager. Or the Oreplate Pangolin. Honestly, I think I do want to get this going. It's going to be a little bit better long term, and if he plays the Helias, he can Pinnacle kill ship it. Hopefully, auxiliary boosters. That's fine. I'm just gonna play the Cryo Shatter out. And then next turn, hopefully, I should be able to get this fully crewed. If I'm able to play the Pinnacle Kill Ship, that can be all 4. Because this will summon. Roll 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Boom. And then this, I'm going to crew with both of these. And then I'm going to get in. Because that mill is going to be important too. Yes, you can get in for 3, or you can get in for 2. I almost should have... So I can crew this and then get in for 7. He's able to get in for 6, but then I have 7, 11. I have a bunch in the air. I can get in for 6 this turn. Hopefully he doesn't have green-red removal, or green-white removal for that. I am going to get in for 7, and he is going to be able to swing in for 6. Make him have it. So he's got enough to hit me for 7, 8, 9. Ooh. If he's got a land, yep, that's game. Glacier Godmaw is a great card. Go figure. Damn. Well, I think if he didn't have Glacier Godmaw, I think we were in a good spot there, but Glacier Godmaw definitely seals it. Not surprised. Let's try again here. 1-1, not a bad record, honestly. I've seen worse. I've seen much worse. But fingers crossed. I'm going first. I've got I've got 1 2-drop and a bunch of 3-drops, so I think I'm gonna keep it. Sorry, I was distracted by that sound. Ooh. 100% going Zookeeper Mechan so that we can actually play these other cards. Ooh, okay, good seam rip there. 4-plate Pangolin coming to the party. A little bit. We need that land. We need the 3rd one. That's where we start. Auto pay. And then we're going to get in for 3. To 4. Virulent Silencer. You're going to give it haste? No bugs. Mountain Caveron. Turbo Drone. And then I'm going to auto pay. And I'm going to swing for... Honestly, I'm going to swing for 6. Because I'm going to gain a life. Be able to turbo drone something next turn. If I can turbo drone this into a 4/3. I guess it depends on what they play. Am I going to get poisoned out? Alright, so if I play this... Auto pay. I am then going to give this haste. All attacks. And tap another. So you're going to block the 5. Ooh, does he have a Squire's Blade? That's annoying. Ugh. There. So next turn, if I draw a land, I can win with the flyer. Fingers crossed that I can actually draw a land on the turn that I need it. Three land, 1 card left in hand. Whenever a non-token artifact creature, these are artifact creatures, but you can only get in with 1 or 2 of them right now. He's gonna get me. And then they do sacrifice the lander. Fair enough. Land and win. I believe in us. Boom. That easy. And the concede. Not bad. Not bad. Mushroom Man gets through again. That was aggressive. I was not thinking that the poison was going to be able to get there. It wasn't. It didn't. So there's that. But looking at a nice 2-1. Let's keep this going. I got some ground to recover after yesterday. Ooh. Nice sword. I don't think that actually works. It would get stuck every time you swung it. We're looking at a good hand here. Bear Beer. I think we're just kind of hanging out until we hit 3 mana. Get some removal down, see what they've got going on. I am going to start getting in for 1. You can't stop me. You little shark boy. I am going to play the frontline War Rager. No attacks. Mech can shield me. I probably will block with it if he attacks, honestly. Each opponent discards a card. I don't like that. Let's drop the Bombard for now. Play a Mountain. I'm gonna play the Zookeeper Mechan. And then we're gonna go next, and we're gonna swing with both of those. We're gonna end the turn there. And we're gonna be ready to sacrifice another artifact or land if they try to remove anything. He's gonna tap his Starfighter with that. Oof. That's some risky business. I do think next turn, if I draw land, I'm gonna go Galvanizing and just barrel it into his face. As is, that is not a way for me to barrel into his face. But it does allow me to attack with everything. You got something to block with here? Nope. I'm gonna play 2/4 flyer. And you had 3 mana on tap that you didn't use. 5 mana. If he goes board wipe here, we're in a risky spot. But you can't play around board wipes. Ooh, okay. And then we're gonna all attack minus the slag drill. Now if he blocks, he's gonna be taking 8. There's 4 he's gonna block with. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna take out 2 of his biggest guys. Honestly, stay back. I don't need you. You are going to continuously grow bigger. Bigger and bigger you shall become. I probably could have gotten in, forced him to sack a token. Like, it wouldn't have been bad. But now this turn I can get in again, and he needs to block with everything, and I can get 3 things to kill. He's probably got removal, but if he's got a single removal spell for one of the things, we're in a great spot. Roadcracker Hound is not going to save you, especially when you warp it in. Yeah, good game. 3-1. Yeah, see, this is where I think blue-red needs to be. It needs to be in that aggressive, like 1, 2, 3, 4 tempo plays. And if your opponent stumbles at any point, you win. And if they don't stumble, you are absolutely screwed. I don't know if that's legitimate, but hey, that's where we're at. Let's keep this 7. We got a removal spell, a couple 3-drops, 4 lands. Okay, money records. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These sleeves are actually awful. I do appreciate the colorfulness, but like those are bad. Down to 6. I'll take it. They just blend together. I can't even tell what the design is right there. You know what I mean? Have your opponent create 2 lander tokens. Decline. You get a 4/3, sure. Here, Cryo Shatter. I'm gonna use a 1 mana thing on your 2 mana thing, and then we're gonna even out, and you're just gonna calm yourself down. And let's Cav Landseeker. 4 mana, 4/3 menace. I will pop that next turn and play down like the Nanoform Sentinel. Actually, I'm gonna pop this. And get, I think, I'm not sure. I don't think it matters. And then I'm gonna Cryo Shatter the Ice Cape Crasher. Play a mountain and get in for 4. Sure. Next, you got a removal spell for the Cav Landseeker. You're gonna take 4 to the jaw. Taking 4 to the jaw. I respect it. Let's play the Nanoform Sentinel. And let's play the Frontline War Rager. It's called Making Your Opponent Have It. Sure, you're going up to 6 mana next turn, maybe 7 if you've got another land. You don't have another color, which is useful. Seven mana. Now, my question is, I'm gonna swing in with everything. I want my creatures to be tapped, so that Frontline War Rager can go off. Yep. Play Manon. And I'm gonna end my turn, and you're gonna have 7 mana. Oh! Do you only have lands? Maybe we are in a great spot. I was like worried for a second. I'm gonna bombard that. He's probably got a biosynthetic burst. Biosynthetic burst is 2 mana. Ooh, close encounter. That's probably better, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're going to Zookeeper Mechan. When this enters, give it a counter. We're gonna go next. All attack. Take 5. I'm gonna end turn. Leaving the land in hand. The Frontline War Rager, honestly, I feel like this is what the deck is supposed to be doing. If you're playing blue-red, you're supposed to be kind of low to the ground, getting in there for damage. Cryo Shatters. I mean, you'll see I'm running out of resources in hand every time. Maybe that's what I was missing. Ooh, look at the cool orb. But we're up to 4-1. This is the, I think, best that I've played a blue-red deck. Or the best blue-red run that we've had so far. Max. See, there's no way that this is actually just a dude named Max and he got that name. Like there's there's one Max and that's the Max. No, no way. You could never in a million years convince me that this is the one person who got the name Max. Sorry, I don't mean to go off, but ore plate pangolins are about to go hard. Monolith Sentry is kind of annoying. A virus beetle. Discarding. Honestly, discarding mental modulation. I'm gonna play the ore plate pangolin. And we're gonna auto pay that. And we're gonna not attack. Because next turn we can frontline War Rager, land Cryo Shatter. And then hopefully he doesn't have something to deal with the ore plate pangolins. The pangolins be pangolin. Insatiable Skittermaw. That's well and good. I'm gonna Cryo Shatter his defender. I'm gonna all attack. He is gonna sack the Skittermaw. Smart. Because of that, I'm going to play the Manon. Cryogen Relic. Not bad. Draw a card. Hopefully that gives us the opportunity to get in there. Can't sacrifice the Cryogen Relic with 2 black. Depressurize is a great card though. And they're gonna get in for 1. Fair. We're gonna get in for 3. And then we're gonna play a frontline War Rager. And we're gonna kind of hope that they cryo shatter. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, cryo shatter. Cryo shatter our ore plate. Like if they cryo shatter that, I'm gonna 100% Cellcraft Mechanit. Like that's the dream. Have them waste a card. Another Cryogen Relic. Those will be useful for them. Like in the future. I am gonna double attack. They are gonna block. And I think I'm gonna play the land because if I draw... I mean, I don't know what I can necessarily draw that I would want the land out there for. They're at 6. This is where things get a little... Ooh! Another Cryogen Relic? And a Gigastorm Titan. That's what we were looking for. Honestly, I think I just play this, sacrifice the pangolin, I have a 4/5. A 1/1 counter on target creature and draw a card. So I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on the Selfcraft Mechan and draw a card. So now I've got a 4/5 that really doesn't do anything. Not exactly where I wanted to be. I'm at 7 mana. Also at 7 mana. I kind of hope I draw the 6/5 Haster and just I'm able to get in there. Starbreach Whale is a pretty good play for them. Beam Saw. And now they can just start Pop and Cryogen Relics. That's 3 cards they've got right there. Ugh. We're in a little bit of a rough spot here. Mind you, we have a bunch of really good draws. That is not one of them. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We've drawn 8 lands. So, Thera. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. Yeah, we're gonna... Good game. That one was gonna go long, and it was not going to go well. Alright. We're looking at 4-2. I'd like to get one more win. I think one more win is about where I'm at with this deck. Honestly, I think we could go 7 depending on some of the games. But we gotta get some good draws. The one thing about blue-red and these types of tempo-y decks is you really do need the good draw. This is a pretty good draw. We're gonna keep this. I do think we will sack the Slag Drill. Like I said, 100% gonna sack it. The taking 2 is a little annoying, but like, what are you gonna do, you know? Beam Saw, an amazing card. Command Bridge, great follow-up, honestly. It's something that can block the Beam Saw out. We're not like, you know, desperate to give him a lander token, but Beam Saw is going to give him a lander token every time. Look at these sleeves, though. Those sleeves are pretty nasty. God damn. I mean, darn. We are a PG-13 stream. Or, no, YouTube video. You know what I mean. Turn the Caveron drone. I do think I'm going to play the Nanoform Sentinel. And no attacks. I'm going to see what they do first. Each opponent discards a card. Fair, fine. Get rid of that mountain. Fierce Beetle's a pretty good card. At least in Limited, where you can expect them to usually have something in hand. Not a bad Plasma Bolt. I'm gonna not attack. I'm gonna end turn. I'm gonna use this to tap something of theirs down. Probably the Caveron Harrier. And what are you gonna do? I hope they play something big that doesn't do anything. All of his stuff will take damage from that. Fair. I'm gonna use this to just return those two things. Do I start? Yes, I do start doing this now. Because the thing is, it's going to take me a hot second to get to. But it's going to be another thing for him to have to remove. Stalker Ardent and then playing a... Rat Pack Monoist, not a bad card. That can shield me. I'm gonna tap that down. I'm gonna play this. This enters. Yes, we're gonna sacrifice that artifact. I'm gonna put a counter on that. Draw a card. And then we're gonna crew using that. We're gonna do next, and we're gonna get in. And we can get in for 6. That's fair. So the Weft Stalker can come down. He can play his 2-drop, so 3, 4, 5. He may have another 1-drop. If that's the case, he can't also play the Cavern. Orbital Plunge is a good one. Get your token. I still have a 2-4 and a 4-7. Hit me for 6. That's fair. So we're going to Cryo Shatter. Aberon Harrier. We're gonna next get in for 6. And he can swing for 4. Like, he can hit me down to 6. And he's gonna play the Weft Stalker. And the Beam Saw. Hit me for 1. Sacrificing for a land. I'm gonna keep back the Grab Pack. Now my question is, do I think I swing with the 4-7. Dubious Delicacy. Yeah, he's gonna block anyway. It's gonna do a damage. And that's the main reason why I stayed back to block. because he's going to be able to do at least one more damage with that when it attacks. I don't think there's anything that he can do. Nebula Dragon. Oh, jeez. Is that... I do think he wins. Yeah, because he gets another... He gets a token. Dang. Oh. That was a really close one. Big game. Honestly, Nebula Dragon being able to come down and just dome me for 3 is what won him that. Ah, that's insane. I feel like in those last couple of turns, I could have probably played a little bit differently to get there, but 1,400 gems, 3 packs. I'm not going to complain about that. So let's open those up. We got 4 packs here. Ooh, and a mythic. What do we got for anything? No first. Mythic wild card and a Tanook. Not bad, not bad. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining me on the draft here today. Not a bad little 4-3. I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate it.